Hello folks, I'll talk to you a minute about Ancestry.com. I have been subscribed for a while now, well, the past 6-8 months, and I'm doing ancestry research, and it's really helpful. I enjoy it. I have a lot of European heritage, so the World Explorer is the one that is the best for those of you, especially who have European heritage. We probably all have something overseas. So I definitely recommend the World Explorer. And they really help you because they give you hints and they let you build on other people's family trees. Of course, you have to watch and make sure they're accurate because sometimes you run into some dates that are like, where are they coming from? But it's quite interesting. And it is a little bit expensive. I think it's like around $100 for 6 months. So yeah, it is kind of pricey. And you get time to work on the site, and there's a lot of work to be done. You know how many hundreds of thousands of relatives go back, and we're all looking for kings and queens and lords and ladies, and I think I found a good many, but we're still working on the process of compiling, authenticating, and then we'll collect stories, because there's different people who have stories with them. Stories of shipwrecks, stories of the nobles fighting with the peasants, so-and-so fought in this battle, that battle, and it's really quite interesting. Of course, not everybody has a story to tell that is passed on, but there's a lot to be found. So if you're interested in ancestry and genealogy, I would encourage you to try it out. Okay, and I learned how to do screencasts just for this video. So now we'll go to the screencast and I'll walk you through some of the interface and what's going on. Here we are on Ancestry.com. I'm just going to sort of talk my way through it as we go. I recorded this with a screenshot with QuickTime. I was impressed that I had it on my computer already. So this is my first screenshot video. Okay, here we are back on the main menu. You see I took the DNA test. It shows my matches on the right. On the left it shows my trees. So you can click on either one. Okay, here's the DNA matches. It'll show your top matches up at the top. And then you'll start with first cousins, and you'll go down to second, third cousins, and fourth, fifth, sixth cousins. And there's tons and tons of them. And then there'll be a little dot beside the people you haven't looked at yet. Then I click on trees you have in common. I head to the through lines. It shows you what you have in common, your ethnicity. It shows you your matches, and it's very detailed. Ancestry really knows their stuff. I guess they've been doing this for years and years. And your common ancestors. Okay, click, click. There's probably a better way to get to the through lines, but I haven't found it yet. So I get there by clicking, clicking, and aha! Up there in the left-hand corner. I click on the through lines, and this is all the people in your tree, and it tells you how many you match with. It'll say how many people you share DNA with this person, in your family tree. Like, for instance, the Palmers, they say you have 150 people that share DNA. You share. So it's basically your matches connected to your ancestors. You have this person in your tree, and so many other people have that person in their trees. And the green people will be people that you haven't clicked on yet, but they are. I have some doubles in here. Tells you how many you have in common. 25, 10, 2, and this is just the people who are currently on Ancestry as paying customers at this very moment. I mean, there are a lot of people that probably have come and gone that might be related to you, but they are not paying customers at this moment, so they won't show up. So it's a little expensive on Ancestry. It's like $100 for 6 months, and that's for the world. I recommend the world. I mean, most of us are probably from our ancestors are from someplace else in the world, so you kind of need world. So there's the example of the through lines. Now we'll move on from that. Okay, we clicked on the DNA. Now we're going to go back and go to the tree. And this is the place where you do all your hunting. You can spend hours upon hours. If you need a hobby, this is the hobby. I mean, unless you have a very small family, but sometimes you never know until you get started. Okay, so here's the tree. And now I'll explain what I can. But so you hover over them, give it a click, and it'll tell you how many hints you have. If they have a lot of hints, they're more likely to go back and have more and more ancestors. But don't give up. You have to check, even if there's just one hint, you gotta look, because lots of times you hit one hint and then you'll go back and you hit people with lots of hints, so you gotta check the one hint. Okay, so this is where you go. You click on the profile and then you click on the hints. It'll highlight the new information, and like I said, it can be confusing because there are some people that have some people have them wrong, so you got to read the dates. Some people have outrageous. You just select the person you'd like, and you say review hints, and then you select yes. If they're right, you will find many duplicates and many siblings. We trying to simplify ours by not adding all the brothers and sisters. We just want to add the parents. And when we just add the parents, then that keeps our tree cleaner and less crazy. It's hard enough. My mom said there's like hundreds of thousands probably. So trying to keep track of 100,000 relatives is kind of rough. But, of course, I'm hunting for the famous people. And there's some lords and ladies. My dad's side is all English, so I think we found some distinguished, famous people. Okay, it shows you your hints. Like I said, if you're planning on getting on Ancestry, at least this gives you an idea of what you're looking at. I mean, you're still going to have to learn it all yourself, but there's the different generations, and they give you all kind of information. So, click on their hints. And usually it'll say they have so many trees. Click on those. Once again, you see, sometimes they don't know who the parents are and you can't go back any farther. So you've hit a dead end. Dead end. But sometimes that's a relief. Because you get kind of tired of so many relatives. Okay, let's see the different things they have to offer. And, yeah, I'm going through right now and removing some of those extra wives or extra husbands, extra kids, because that just throws things off. See these little arrows? They either appear above or below, and they take you to the next level. If you're missing an arrow, that means you've disconnected your people somewhere. Click on hints, click on profile, get to profile. You go up to hints, click on hints, And click review. Here we are again. New information is highlighted in yellow. You check the names, check the dates before you tick the select all in the upper left hand corner. Then you hit review hints. You get to the next screen. You can either check the box, just check the top mainly. The other ones are for a case change of dates, but usually I just check the top boxes. And I ignore some of them. Save me confusion. And then hit save. That brings you back to their profile. And usually it will automatically add them on that right hand side with the little pink and blue pictures. I mean, you can put photographs instead if you'd like. But the pink and blue is just standard for husbands and wives. Okay, see some of them don't have a little green leaf, so if there's no green leaf at all, there's no hints. So you can just skip over them. And you sometimes forget which ones you did go through. Okay, click on those little parents there. And then that will expand the tree in that direction. It's a pretty efficient system. Okay, look at them. Check, see which ones you haven't done yet. Oh, see there. Sometimes you will get green people pop up, and that makes it easy. All you do is click on it, hit review hint, and then just say yes, and then that'll automatically add that. It's nice that so many other people have done all this work and we can just build on them. But just because they don't show up green people, that doesn't mean there aren't more people after them. But when they show up green people, that makes it easy. So then you have the fun time. It's fun to click green people, but it gets pretty tiring after a while. So, yes, and there's more green people. Click, click. Hints. I mean, you don't even have to leave the page to add them. And that speed things up for sure. Yeah, my mom, I taught her to do a few things, but she still doesn't understand everything. She can't operate all the screens, but she can operate this one. So that if you're thinking of doing Ancestry sometime soon, or you know somebody who'd like to do Ancestry, I said it's a good gift for, family members, like, moms, dads, grandmas, they enjoy this. And I think it's nice too, that way we get this done and I don't have to do it later on in my life. I'm all done. Hopefully by February. Yeah, I'll do a roundup of the famous and historical figures that I've discovered in my family tree and confirmed sometime in February. Yeah, so if they do not have a green person but they have a leaf, click on the leaf anyway. You're probably still going to get. I'm not sure what the criteria is for why the green people show up or don't show up. So if they have a leaf on them, click on them. If they have hints, click on them. Don't leave anything on the table unlooked at. So, okay, and then also you have the option of doing a general search. You can go, I said this would be the most time consuming of all. This is what I'll do last, after I've gleaned stories, because with this you have to go in and type their name, type their birth, type any information, their family, and then you hit search. And it is time consuming. You'll get all kinds of weird results. This one I've done before, so it has some search results already saved, so that helps. But you know, there's a lot to go through, and some stuff is inaccurate. But I mean, I guess they make this as easy as they can. See, you can isolate certain records, whether you want to isolate the birth records, birth and marriage, death, isolate voter, isolate immigration, you know, censuses. There are city directories. And one nice thing is you can hover over the top of these and get the information. They'll tell you the information. If there's a picture, they'll show it to you. And that helps you speed up. You're like, okay, this is not what I need. I won't need it. But this also shows us what you do need. You can go back, refine your searches. I said this, I say it's only worth doing this on the more recent generations, like within the last maybe 200 years at the most, because then you can try to find them based on, you know, family members, based on location. It's, you know, it could be useful if you're missing a few in, like, you know, your 4th or 5th generation, but I really wouldn't bother going back that far for ancient ones. So, but there's a lot of resources here at Ancestry, and yeah, it's a good tool. A good tool. And you can do searches within your tree. You can look at your ethnicity estimates and see where everybody else is from. Give you maps. So I would say it's a good present for an elderly family member or a middle-aged family member, someone who would like to learn about their family history. It's definitely a good hobby, and keep them busy and help some older people learn to run the computer. So, yeah, and you can click on those and it'll tell you how many matches you have in the vicinity and all that. So it's pretty comprehensive. They give you groups, like I belong to the Pennsylvania settlers and the Midwestern German settlers. It's kind of like groups. And you can message people, your DNA matches, message them and say hello and talk to them. I've done that a little bit. So it's good. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed that, and I hope you found it to be informative and it's given you a little bit of inspiration. Like I said, it's a lot of hard work. It takes a lot of hours to research and even just click hints. But maybe that's something you'd like to do in the cold winter evenings and get the New Year's or the Christmas special and dive right into those ancestors. Because it's nice. It helps you know where you came from. It feels like you get to know your personalities, interests, and learn about yourself and find out about your roots. And it feels kind of good to know. So, okay. You have a great day.